Okay, let's hear from a few more people today. A real mix of calls. You can join via Discord at davidpakman.com/Discord. Let's go back to Mobile, Alabama and try again. Mobile,
Hey,
are things functioning?
yeah, hey David, can you hear me?
I can.
I apologize. Last time I had the wrong keyboard push to talk.
Apology
So,
accepted.
my question to you is: have you ever lived in an area that wasn't necessarily a liberal leaning area? And if you have, or if you haven't, how do you suggest people who maybe are more on the liberal side cope with living in an area where the vast majority of people do not share maybe even like 60% of your views?
Right. Yeah. So I've not permanently lived in such an area, but I've spent, you know, cumulatively months and months in such areas, typically, a couple of weeks at a time. My recommendation is find a community that does match up more with your views. So, at one point in one place, I found that there was kind of like a left-leaning, non-super religious Jewish community group, and I met some interesting people with that who mostly shared my views. Through the Living Liberally organization, a lot of places will have, like a Drinking Liberally chapter or that type of thing. So the way I would cope with it would be to just, even if you're in a place that might be 65-35 conservative, like, Utah is really, really conservative. In Salt Lake City, and I think in Provo, there are still a bunch of liberal people and liberal groups that you can kind of make your community. So I think that would be my approach. I mean, in a really
Yeah,
rural area, it could be very
like
tough.
mine.
Like in rural
Yeah.
Idaho or something like that. I don't know whether this is even feasible, but in most larger towns and smaller cities, there's a population there that will be aligned with you.
Yeah, I'm from Northwest Florida and this area of Alabama, and it seems like a huge portion of the population just lives in a different reality in some cases. And my question to go further is, how do
Yeah.
you see, and do you see any path for a progressive kind of thought to permeate these areas and grow or ever take hold?
It's funny you mentioned Northwest Florida because we have a bunch of great friends in Northwest Florida, in Pensacola,
Yeah,
associated with the
that's where I'm
entire
from.
Ring of Fire, Ring of Fire Productions and Mike
Hmm.
Papantonio, Farron Cousins, and that entire team is in Northwest Florida. And so I've been down there, and it's a red area. But even Pensacola has these blue enclaves. Now, part of it is it's a big sort of legal area for mass torts, and mass torts lawyers tend to lean left. So that's kind of like a predetermined community
Hmm.
there. But even there's, you got your hipster cafes and you've got your stuff. I mean, it really is spreading.
It's helpful to think of it in that way. I just wonder if we'll ever see the policy dictated by our local leaders
Well, that's
reflect
going to
that.
depend on getting activated and voting.
Hmm.
That's less of a cultural question and it's more of a
Good point.
voting question. Yeah. But I mean, I hope so.
Thank you, David.
My pleasure. All right. Mobile, Alabama. Great. Glad to we were able to put that together.